President Trump accusing the media of ignoring terror attacks that they cover. And he also had more curious things to say once again about Russia. Is there a method to all this madness? Then a federal court hearing on the president's travel ban is happening this hour. Is this one heading all the way to the Supreme Court? Also, we put a human face on the refugee crisis. We'll speak to the man whose mission it was to help Iraqis who've helped the United States in Iraq. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to RFL. I'm Richard French. We're going to get to all those topics in a few moments, but we begin with my take on President Trump and his first 2.5 weeks in office. To call it a rocky start does not even begin to do it justice. You know, I know the prevailing wisdom is that the press, we've had a field day with the nascent Trump administration. The fire hose of never-ending dysfunction fueled by midnight tweets and the Game of Thrones and this internal power struggle to be the last voice that will manipulate the great disruptor. Now, I won't lie. It is the easiest environment I can ever remember to construct the Daily Show rundown with the topics du jour that run the gamut from jaw-dropping to storylines that a bad sitcom would throw out because they defy believability. If only this was make-believe. I may do this for a living, but I, like the rest of you, I'm an American. And tonight, along with the majority of this nation, I'm worried about the state of our union. Now, let's try and take stock on day 18. Let me say that again. Day 18 of the whiplash that we've endured. Our president has, in short order, questioned the legitimacy of our elections, despite evidence to the contrary, vocalized even by every leader of his own party. He has questioned the legitimacy of the courts because they've had the temerity to say he's overstepped his bounds. And he has questioned the press, who his chief strategist said needs to, quote, shut up and listen, end quote. His principal complaint is, it seems that the stories that report his very own words and the tumult that follows are unfair, and the polls that show most Americans are against him must constitute, quote unquote, fake news. But more than delegitimizing the basic rules of law, a free press, and free and fair elections, the Donald has taken his show on the road too. You have to really work at creating a global instability in less than 3 weeks, especially when starting fights with 4 of our biggest trade partners. And how exactly could a U.S. president start a fight with Australia and have England now talking about disinviting you? Oh, and don't forget the infant-like fight with our neighbors to the south, his inexplicable bromance with Putin, and his shakedown of our allies in NATO. Now, when it comes to domestic policy, the next time he trots out an executive order that is either coordinated or publicly supported, it will be the first. If we can agree on anything in this country, it's that no one can agree who's actually in charge when it comes to the White House. Every tantrum or tweet, it confirms that temperament took a vacation and that competency went along with him. He has surrounded himself with the very people that have neither experience or come without the baggage of shocking conflicts of interest. And that brings me to my final point. The most constant whine you hear from our commander-in-chief is the dishonesty that he claims is all around him. Now, the hypocrisy of that is too rich. From the promises of divulging those tax returns and not enriching his own self-interest with his office, to the daily outright lies that are too many to count that he boasts, then makes his flax parrot at press briefings and Sunday shows. Donald Trump, in 18 days, has turned the most powerful job in the world into the boy who cried wolf. Trump, I get it. He's hardly the first politician to stretch the truth or have trouble getting out of the gate. But what we've seen is unprecedented. And it is more dangerous, I believe in my soul, than most understand. It is not in the best interest of our nation and our national security. The last couple weeks, they may make for entertaining TV, but the question I have tonight is at what cost? Coming up next, the court battle, it continues over the travel ban, and we've got the latest on that. And we'll also hear from a Democratic congressman from our region, Gregory Meeks from New York.